Hi everybody, my name's Rani Malik and I'm here today with an amazing couple who you might have seen on social media who have built a lot of strength together. They've given so much confidence to a lot of people worldwide. Riona actually has been through a tremendous turmoil, which I think I want to share with you. She will explain why. She even learned during the lockdown how to walk down the aisle. So they had a practice marriage ceremony, I would say. So we're just going to play you a little video so you can see what it's about, and then you can come back and talk to Keith and Riona about their journey. Thank you.
Hi everyone. You might be thinking I look a little bit smart, a bit Bond-esque, but today we have a wedding photo shoot. Thanks to Lifestyle Magazine and Joanne Lawrence Photography. You're going to enjoy this one.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce our beautiful Riona, our guest today.
Thank you very much. Beautiful introduction. Hi, guys. It's an honor to be on here with my amazing partner, Keith Mason. So, where do I start? My journey started 5.5 years ago when I suffered a very rare spinal stroke that left me paralyzed from below my belly button down. And with a lot of hard work and dedication from myself and from this man here, we learned how to walk again. Only for in December 2018 for another fatal stroke to strike again that took me all the way back. And days can be really difficult, and having to learn how to walk again for the second time all over again can be really hard. But on those days, I remind myself, and Keith reminds me as well, the first time round, I died 4 times and I'm here. The second time round, I nearly lost my life. So when I have a bad day, he has a bad day with me, but we are very blessed to still be here to have those days.
Yeah. Keith, how do you feel about all this? And how's your, how have you built the strength to control it yourself as well as supporting Riona and the kids?
Yeah, obviously I came into Riona's life just over 4 years ago now. She reached out to me asking for a trainer. I just recently retired from professional sport, played well over a decade and hung the boots up, and I was very into sport and fitness. So Riona reached out to me. I didn't know the full extent of the injury. She just mentioned she had something wrong with her legs. So I took her up on the offer. I said, yeah, sure, I'll help you. And she turned up to the gym, got out the car, and she pulled some crutches out. So she shuffled the bum out of the car, had the crutches, and I just turned around and goes, you know, are you sure you're okay to work out? And she goes, well, I'm sorry, I should have told you, but I'm paralyzed. And me being an optimist, you know, I just thought, you know what, we'll give it a go. And we just built this relationship from there. First and foremost, you know, I was a trainer, and I was very professional with Riona. I worked around her injury. And it wasn't a romance. It wasn't like love at first sight, because, you know, like I said, I was there to help her. She trained with me for a couple of sessions, probably about 8 sessions. Then she left me. She had to, for some personal reasons, she couldn't train anymore. So I just wished her the best of luck. Wished her all the best. And she put something on Facebook a couple of months later. She split up with her business partner. They were trying to raise money for a charity, Go Pink, which Riona runs. And they reached out and they said, you know, if you want to go for a chat or a coffee anytime, I'm up for it, if you're up for it. And she actually took me up on that same day, and we went for a meal, went to my friend's Turkish restaurant. And it wasn't Keith the trainer and Riona the client, it was Riona and Keith. And I think we had a lot in common, spiritually and morally, and we just built a relationship up from there. And obviously, you know, it's well publicized now that the story is about love and perseverance. And I think the great thing is that, you know, we're impacting people's lives. And we didn't actually set out on a journey to do that, but I think documenting our journey and showing people how to overcome not just paralysis, but anything in life, I think that's what we represent. So, and we'll continue to inspire daily.
I think it's hard that when I suffered my second stroke, I was very blessed that Keith was with me every step of the way. But when you find out that you're right back there, my mindset was really, really, really struggling. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm right back here. I don't want to be here. This was really hard to overcome. And I remember saying to Keith, listen, you didn't sign up for this. You did not sign up for a paralyzed person. And I had come so far, but now you're having to do everything for me. You're having to bath me. You're having to change me, dress me, do everything. You know, you're having to feed me, do my toiletry habits. You're having to do everything for me. You didn't sign up. And I basically said, if he wanted to leave, I totally understood. And what did you turn around and say to me?
I told you I won't win anywhere. You know, I remember she was in hospital after her second stroke, which we nearly lost her. You know, and I remember praying on the bed. I had tears in my eyes, and I was praying to the Lord not to take her, because, you know, I've never been in this situation before where I've witnessed not just someone having a stroke, but someone who I love, and someone who's my partner. So, and I was there for about an hour, and you know, it took the ambulance to get there around over an hour, which was, you know, it kind of annoyed me, because, you know, when you're seeing your loved one there, you know, dying on a bed, you know, the first thing you want is someone to come and help. And you know, they took a long time, but, you know, I know with Riona's spirit, you know, I was saying to her, you know, please, baby, don't go to sleep, don't go to sleep, because she could see one part of her body was sloping down. And I was just reminding her, you know, to stay awake, stay awake. And then everything we gained, we lost it all. It was devastating, but I had to be strong for Riona. I had to be a rock for her, because we had worked so hard. You wouldn't believe how hard we'd worked. And I thought, this scenario of what's just happened is not going to justify the rest of us lives. And I was a constant reminder to Riona that things are going to get better, things are going to be okay, and I love you, and I'm not going anywhere. And I did that daily. I kind of played the mum and dad, so I was taking the kids to school, going to the hospital. Sometimes she'd be sleeping, and I just relaxed next to the bed. When she'd wake up, you know, I'd make her laugh, and that was for a constant over 3 weeks. So pick the kids up, and then at school time, pick the kids up, bring them to see the mum, take the kids home, make them dinner. So I really, you know, stepped up, but, you know, end of the day, it's like, I think love can break down barriers, you know, and I think if you lead with love in life, with everything you do, you know, anything's possible. And our story is all about perseverance and love and support. And, you know, we're getting hundreds and thousands of messages of people from all over the world who are telling us that, you know, we're changing their lives, and not just about, you know, someone being disabled. It could be anybody. I mean, some people are saying that we've just watched a video on TikTok and you make me want to get up and go for a run.
Yeah.
You know, because the reality of it is that Riona just can't get up and go walk to the shop, or Riona can't get up and go for a run. And I know how much she'd love to get up and go for a run.
No, I will do one day.
Yeah, she will do one day.
Yeah.
Obviously, with you besides her,
Yeah.
you know, it'd be fantastic. I mean, how did you overcome the pain? What kind of relief did you do? How was the impact on your children as well? I want to know how they felt.
So my pain was ridiculous. I mean, I thought giving birth was hard.
Yeah.
And for any woman out there who's had a traumatic birth, trust me, that's really easy compared to chronic nerve pain. I couldn't cope with it. And I was on that much medication from the doctors. It was ridiculous. And we went to an event, and we ended up just talking to a guy, and he asked us, he's got a spinal cord injury too, he's not on any pain medication, and he asked us, you know, what am I on? And he turned around to Keith and said, the amount of medication she's on is going to reduce her life by 25 years. It's going to kill her. That's what's going to kill her, not the spinal, it's the medication. That evening, Keith sat there in bed and he's going, oh, I just look miserable. And I said, what's wrong with you? He said, I'm not happy. I said, what's wrong? He said, 25 years. 25 years. If you live, say, to your 85, that's good innings, Riona. But then you might live until you're 60. I've got just over 20 years left with you. Oh, no, that's not enough. And he did everything within his power to research, to find out what I could take that could make me come off the medication. And there was nothing out there on the market, absolutely nothing. So we met up with, I call him the mad scientist. He is a genius when it comes to cannabinoids, natural cannabinoids. And we partnered up with them and he said, right, what's her symptoms? What is she on? What does she need? And he brought this cocktail, an all natural cannabinoid cocktail for me. And we said, well, let's try it. I was able to come off, I mean, I was on altogether 12,500 milligrams of different medication per day. And I was able to detox off everything. And I couldn't believe the transformation. He couldn't believe the transformation. I couldn't believe the transformation in my life, to the point that we said, we have to bottle this and put it out there to the rest of the world. So, and it's coming to the rest of the world. It's called Project Mason. And the reason why we called it Project Mason is because we are committed to helping and supporting other people to live their best lives. I know, because I wasn't living my best life. Keith was determined to have me around longer, to have me living my best life. And so we're determined and committed to help other people live their best life. And we believe that Project Mason can do that for people. We also are donating a small percentage of the money to different mental health charities and different other organizations where people are suffering with chronic pain. So they can trial this Project Mason and they can see for themselves just what a difference it's going to make in their lives, because it's transformed my life. I just can't tell people enough. And when my kids, I lost out a lot on what we could and couldn't do with the children, because I was taking that many drugs. I was out of it most days. I was not compass mentis. I didn't have a quality of life, but the problem was the pain was still there.
Yeah.
So now with the and the kids went through that, and to see somebody that you love going through that and you're powerless to do anything about it, for a child it's magnified even more. That pain for them is so high. To see mummy have no quality of life. And then they couldn't really remember what mummy was like before my stroke. All they could remember was mummy who slept all the time, mummy who was in bed all the time, mummy was in pain. Now their journey is, they don't need to remember what mummy was like before her stroke, because they just have mummy now, a happy, healthy mummy that's up every day. I have the odd day in bed just like anyone else when you get a bug, but the vast majority of the time I'm up, and if I'm not up, he's up. He gets me up. He gets me up.
Oh, so how do you spend your quality, like a whole day with your kids? I know it was really difficult while you were in the wheelchair. Now that you can get out and about, I was really impressed with your socks and your strap. I think you should tell the listeners and the viewers about that. I think it was very impressive how wearing it was a difference without when you took it off. It's just fantastic. I know people who are paralyzed or they've had a stroke or something and they feel that that's the end of life. I was talking to a person yesterday and they says, we're really looking forward to watching the show because their wife has, had spinal problems all her life, and she's lost her quality of life. She feels that there's nothing left in life. She wants to just die, basically.
That's it. Do you know what? This is so sad. So here I'm going to be testimony to tell you. You might have an injury, or you might have something that comes into your life that takes over and consumes your life. Well, it will do if you let it. There are different things that you can try, different things that you can find. There are so much goodness out there. Just because you're disabled, your life doesn't stop. It just changes. You have to do things in a different way. We've done 2 marathons in my wheelchair. I climbed a mountain the other week, a mile mountain up on my hands and knees, but I was determined to get up there. Your quality of life doesn't change just because you have an injury. Generally speaking, it's the pain that you go through. Yeah. It's the not understanding. It's people it's like you died, but you haven't died.
Yeah.
You're still here, but you're grieving for the person that you used to be. And the sooner you let that go and accept who you are today, it means amazing things can start happening. One, for instance, this is an Eat Smart sleeve. It's a cognitive booster from here to here. So that anyone can wear it. You don't just need to be disabled to wear it. If you have a busy schedule where it's hectic and you've got to remember a lot of things, this baby helps you remember everything. After my stroke, my memory is not very good. Put this on, 100 times better. I have this Vox socks. My balance without them, what's my balance like without the Vox?
Not very good.
And I can't do much. Put the Vox socks on, I can stand up on my own. I can walk better on my own. Take it off, and all of that goes straight away. And it's a pair of socks. We all wear socks all the time. The sleeve, just put something on, and it's not evasive. We are so committed to finding things that work for people, but without having to kill your body even more, because your body is going through so much when you've had. He'll tell you, he used to be an ex-international rugby player, and he will tell you the injuries that he's had, and he will also tell you if he had this technology and the Project Mason, how much quicker do you feel that you would have recovered from these things? What do you think your performance would have been like having this technology on?
Well, the thing is, I mean, I've been retired a number of years now, and you know, I'm very health, fitness mindset, you know, and I think the CBD, what we use, the Project Mason, I wish it had been out years ago when I played, because you know, recovery is a massive part of playing sport. You need to recover so you can bounce back the next week and play hard and play a high level. But I know now from the training, I'm pretty much in the gym every day. I'm working out all the time, preparing for films. I'm actually starring in a film tomorrow, but Rani's taking care of us tonight. She's been a fantastic host, and she's fed us up as well. But yeah, the CBD is fantastic. It changed Riona's life. She came off all her painkillers, but the CBD, the cannabinoids, we produce that naturally. So what you're doing is you're putting cannabinoids into your body on top of what you already produce. So you're flooding your body with cannabinoids, which
it's a natural healing agent in your body.
Which helps with anxiety, depression, and ultimately overall well-being. So you start actually feeling good about yourself. And we use it every single day. The actual Project Mason product will be available probably in the next week or two, but we'll send the links with Rani if you guys can find it.
We'll share it on the website and the channel.
Everything that we do in our life is about giving back. Everything that we create is to better humanity, to do more things. So this genius here, he's an actor now, so he decided to leave the profession of professional rugby and then become an actor. And when people say to me, and I hope this resonates with a lot of you now, so when people say to me, is he mad? Like, he's gone into one of the hardest professions on the planet. And I said, well, in the UK, there's a lot of little boys who play rugby with a dream and a hope that they're going to play professionally. If they get to play for Division 1, which is the lowest division in rugby, then they feel like they've made it. A lot of them have a dream to be a Super League player, but only 1% of all those little boys will get picked to play for a Division 1 team. Out of all of those little boys, 1% will get picked to play for Super League. Out of all of the Super League, 1% of them will get picked to play internationally for your own country. He has been a 1%er all his life. He doesn't know how to do anything else. So when out of all of the millions of actors, aspiring actors, only 1% make it professionally, he'll make it. Why? Because his mindset is a 1%er. I got diet when I had my spinal stroke. I had a 0.05% chance of surviving that stroke, but at least it wasn't a 0% chance. Then it went up to a 0.5. Then it went to a 1% chance. And my doctor said, well, you've managed to survive this stroke and you haven't died yet. So he said, but you have 1% chance of learning how to walk again. Why do you think we connect so well? Why do you think we get on so well? Because we have that 1% mindset. You can achieve and do anything you want to do. I'm testimonial to that. He's testimony to that. You know, everything that we put in front of us, the acting, he'll be a megastar. Why? Because he wants it that bad. I will run a marathon one day. Why? Because I want it that bad. But all the way along, I've got him. I've got him in my corner. He's got me in his corner. And that's what transcends everything. Having the right people in your life standing by you, who believe in you and who want you to be the best you can be. I am so blessed that when everything crumbled in my life, I had my first stroke and everybody left. When I mean everyone left, everyone left. And I was left a single parent overnight. The second time round, I had a 1% by my side. So he wasn't giving up on me. And because he didn't give up on me, I didn't give up on me. And that's the difference in life.
Of course it is. It's the support you get. I mean, I know quite a few people who got in touch and they said that once they were diagnosed with something, their families walked out on them, their husbands walked out, or the wife walked out of the husband. And it was because they couldn't handle the fact that they were going to have to balance the whole family if something severe happened to their partners, which is quite sad. I mean, a friend of mine, she actually had an eye stroke in her eye. She lost one of her eyesights, and the second one is just about to go. Her husband walked out, her daughter walked out. She had no one, and she survived on friends and family to help her during everything. I mean, what can you say to our viewers? How to get that support? Who will they turn to? Is there any kind of government help if they don't have a partner? Because sometimes it's difficult for them to actually communicate with their families once their partners have moved out, or they feel lonely and isolated. And what happens is, especially in the Asian community, a lot of people don't actually talk about things. They find that it's difficult to actually talk about with anybody. What would you tell this to our viewers? How they can overcome that fear, even if they're single, or if they haven't got a partner. If they have got a partner, how would they control everything in their families?
I'll answer a bit of this and I'll pass the rest on to Keith. But first and foremost, when you think everyone's left, not everyone left, because you still got yourself. And that's the most important person in your life. Don't leave yourself, because when you leave yourself, you open the door for everybody that you don't want to come into your life that comes in. You need to stay in yourself. And he taught me that, how to accept myself for who I am and to not leave myself. And that's the biggest hurdle. And then once you believe in who you are, you start to invite the right people into your life. I mean, we both have faith. Faith is a massive thing for us, because without it, I don't think I'd be here. But I think there's a divine higher purpose to what we're doing now, and to helping other people, to show them that life doesn't end. I mean, what would you say to that?
Like I said, I said it before, you know, with love, and she's my partner. But I didn't just come into Riona's life when everybody seemed to have left, but you know, I came into 4 other children's lives, and you know, the kids had, you know,
They were broken.
Yeah, they were broken. They'd seen a lot, and you know, great kids. But I just goes to show that, you know, I wasn't going for just the looks. I was going for the person and what Riona had, and that was a beautiful art, you know. And when she fell, when she went down, I was going to make sure she come back up.
You went right down there with me.
Yeah, and I think, you know, from where I'm from, you know, I've always been a fighter and a scrapper, and I've been a professional sportsman. I wasn't going to let my lady down. You know, I do have, you know, I have grown men, you know, messaging me saying that, you know, I've made them cry, and you know, what a man I am. And to me, I'm just doing what I do. It's just in me. And I believe, you know, you can't manufacture having a heart. And I think, you know, as you get older, you know, you mature, you know, and you realise what's really important to you, not the glitz and glamour and going out with your friends and partying and stuff. I think, you know, for me, what's most important is family, and I'd rather be at home with my family than anywhere else. Doing the films and all the other stuff I do is a byproduct, but that eventually will put food on the table for my family. And it's something that I'm gifted at.
Yeah.
So I think anybody out there, any men out there, you know, your partners, you know, something catastrophic's happened to them, you just got to be strong, man. You got to step up and be a man. And I think women should be taken care of. You know, they're very fragile and delicate, and they should be loved.
I'm not fragile and delicate.
You are, baby.
So
We've got to add
yeah,
some
so
humour to here.
I really loved your photo shoots. We've got a few photos we'd like to show to our viewers about when you were in your wheelchair, how beautiful you were together. The chemistry was just so
I mean,
gorgeous.
I still use my wheelchair. When I'm outside, I still use my wheelchair. And it was something that I was really embarrassed about. But he loves it being in my wheelchair. He thinks it's awesome.
Mm. So would you like to share anything else with the viewers today? Anything you think that would impact? I mean, we've crossed all the main things about how you controlled your pain relief.
We got the so the thing is, he inspires me, I inspire him. So when he said he wanted to write a script, he said, but I'm not a writer. And I went, not yet, baby, not yet. So then within 12 months, he decided to bring out the very first rugby comic.
Oh,
it's a graphic novel, actually, and it's called Rugby Blood. And it's a cross between Taken and 007, which, as everyone can see, he looks like a 007.
He's our Mr. Bond.
And it is action-packed, but what it's doing is it's giving back to the game that he loves so much, and the players raising their profile and showing them as superheroes in a graphic novel. And yet again, some of the profits that come from that, we are giving back to people who need it. It's not just about giving to charities, it's about people who come forward to us who really need help and support, but they can't afford it. The things that we are doing, every avenue and all the entrepreneurship that he puts himself to, we always want to take a chunk of that and give back to others.
Just going back to Rugby Blood, guys. Yeah, Rugby Blood is, I came up with the idea. I believe I'm the first ever person to do what I've done, create a graphic novel or comic book series surrounded around a guy who's a rugby league player or a rugby star. And we basically included some of the best players in the world from all over the world, from Australia, from New Zealand. So you've actually got real life athletes from Super League and the NRL featuring as comic book heroes. And
we've got some big comedian names, we've got some big boxers' names.
We've got Joe Calzaghe in there, we've got Adam Mills in there, and we're just in production now. We're doing the second edition, which is amazing. We've got a new artist on board called David Bircham, and we've also got the clothing line with O'Neill's. So if you go to Keith Mason's Rugby Blood on O'Neill's website, or put Keith Mason Rugby Blood, you can find, and the clothing line is fantastic, and the actual playing jerseys featuring the graphic novel. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be releasing 5 pages a month for a subscription, but the artwork is off the chain.
Brilliant.
And his end game is to do the movie. We do the Rugby Blood movie, the anime, and the TV series. So.
And the good thing about it is when people buy products from anything that we're affiliated with, anything that we put our stamp to, they know that what they're doing is a proportion of that money goes to helping families and people who really need it the most. And we know those people. There are hundreds of thousands of them all over the world that don't have the right care, don't have the right facilities, don't have the right technology, don't have the right support. And it allows us to put that in place for people. So if any of you want to buy any of the products that we do, just know that you are helping to support another family that might be going through what you're going through right now, that don't have the support that you have. You are helping to put things in place for other people. And that's what we're all about. We're committed now to sharing our journey, sharing our lives, putting it out there and inspiring not just the next generation, but everybody who comes into contact to be the best possible versions of themselves that they can be, regardless of ability or disability. Nobody in my eyes is ever disabled. You just have a different way to do something. And guess what? Your way that you find to do it is normally freaking awesome. And normally able-bodied people are looking going, how do you do that? And you just turn around and smile and say, because I'm so awesome.
That's right.
You don't ever need to explain what you do. Just tell people you're so awesome.
I mean, is there any like website or something that people can get in touch with you, or any kind of support work you're doing?
So we've obviously got Instagram, Keith Mason official _official, Riona Kelly _official. You can find us on TikTok, Keith Luke Mason, Riona Kelly. We have quite a big following on there. We've become like TikTok sensations.
Come on board though.
We've got,
Join in the journey that we're doing.
we
It's so fun.
was on the One Show and Lorraine all talking about our journey, and now we just turned the negative into a positive. That while COVID-19 was going on, you know, me and Riona was posting videos, and we were getting millions and millions.
How did you get through that with your exercise? And was it a very strenuous time for you, having your medication and not getting out so much? How was the lockdown for both of you?
I loved the lockdown. We actually got really, not in that way, but we got closer in lockdown. But it became a family affair because we knew that we were never ever going to spend the amount of quality time as a family ever again. So this was a really chance to just absorb, allow the children to absorb our goodness, keep putting out to them, but also allow them to grow in their own little personalities. But they're all, if you want to look at our TikToks, we'd be so honored if you did, because the kids are all massively involved in my rehabilitation. It's something that it's a whole family affair. So they know and they live my life every day. And I'm not saying, look, we come across as super positive people. I have dark days, don't I? I have hard times. It's not always easy. Everyone has dark times. We just know that it's just that moment. We don't stay there. But have you enjoyed lockdown?
Like I said, you know, it was tough. It's been tough. It's been a crazy year. It's been so strange.
It's been very strange. Yeah, strange.
Yeah, it's strange. But you know, with where me and Riona have been, you know, with 2 strokes and you know, nearly losing a life, I think how hard we've worked over the last 5 years. And only people are seeing it worldwide right now, seeing our journey and seeing our story. But you know, we're very honest people, and we want to live the best life we can possibly live. We're not going to let a disability set us back. And to be honest with you, we've turned Riona's weakness into a superpower because we didn't accept the second stroke, and you know, we became TikTok sensations in the space of 3 months. Just by posting videos of.
By the truth.
But I think, you know, right now, people need to see, people aren't bothered about people with shiny, flashy cars and big houses.
No.
People want to see real life.
Yeah, real
overcoming
people,
because
honesty.
everybody in every household around the country are going through some kind of struggle.
Yeah, of course.
And I think what we represent is that struggle, but how we overcome and have a smile on his face at the same time. And people see this love story.
Well, we've had loads of giggles.
Yeah, but the people see this love story, but they see us enjoying it. And the thing is, ours is not a sob story.
Yeah.
Because me and Riona are tough.
Yeah.
We're tough people, you know, but kind, you know, but we're fighters and we will not give in. And I think that resonates with the world. And we'll just, and that's why.
We'll just keep on moving forward because we want to. Our legacy we want to leave is that when we leave this earth, that we make it better or worse than when we found it. And the fact is, we want to make it that much better than when we found it. We've got a music, so amazing people contact us. So we've got a music track coming out very soon. Very talented music director. I can never pronounce Terry's last name. I'm so sorry. You say it.
Sorry, guys. So. A singer-songwriter reached out to us and wanted to record our music dedicated to me and Riona, which is amazing. It really is. And the song will be getting released in the coming weeks. It will be released on iTunes, and it will go with the 10-10 challenge, which we are covering.
Let's talk about this.
The 10-10 challenge.
And Thierry Chadrimito is, in fact, an
amazing director.
So
amazing.
But we can't run up too much because you sat behind us.
But so the 10-10 challenge is I'm going to cover just over 4 marathons in 10 days. So we're going to do 10 miles every day for 10 days, hence 10-10. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this out live. The new stations are going to cover it, and we're going to challenge you to do it with us. So you don't have to do 10 miles. Some people, they might not even be able to do 10 steps. Try and do 10 steps. Or try stand up for 10 seconds, or try do something for 10 that you've never been able to do before.
I think the 10 seconds standing up is a bit too easy. What I recommend, guys,
so some people can't stand
is to cover, if you can cover 10 miles in a week, that would be fantastic. Remember, we're covering 10 miles a day for 10 days. That's 100 miles. That's 4 marathons over the space of 10 days. And Riona's going to be in a wheelchair, and I'm going to be with her, pulling her or pushing her, or she's going to be pushing herself. But we're doing this for a great cause. We're going to raise money for the Stroke Association, who's collaborating, which is the biggest charity in England. Also, we're going to raise money for motor neuron disease, and we're going to raise money for Riona's healthcare. We're going to take her to Motion Rehab Fitness, where she'll be on a course.
I won't be in my wheelchair anymore.
She'll be there for 6 weeks for intense rehab. It costs around £10,000, and we've never really done any fundraising events. We've never asked anything of anybody. But I'll be honest with you, over the last couple of months, there's been some incredible people. BioWave reached out to us, Gecko, Fireflies, which helps us.
G-Move suit.
The G-Move suit from the Wimbat Medical Society, and also the Neurotech, which is phenomenal. And I think Rani, your husband's going to get some as well.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
They were a bit blown away by how it worked. But
it was absolutely amazing to see the way you how you showed us how you felt wearing it, how you got up, the way you
the
balanced
strength
yourself,
that I had with it.
and then when you removed the socks and the strap,
What I couldn't do.
Oh
You've got
my
to see
God.
to believe.
you got to
It's
see
ridiculous.
it.
And the thing about the 10-10 challenge is, so every wheel that I take, no matter how
wish you had
tired
one.
I
I know
get,
this
So
was-
yeah,
they're in the car. Every wheel I take, no matter how hard it is, I'm wheeling for someone who
Would you
just
get
can't
the
do
socks?
that yet. Every step that he takes, no matter how hard it is, he's stepping for someone who can't do that yet. So everything that we do, we want to show that people can do this. Let's get on board as not just a nation in the UK, but as a whole nation worldwide, and say, look, we're all here to support each other. So that's what the 10-10 challenge is. It's supporting everybody across the pond to say, look, I'm doing this for you, and you challenge other people to do it as well.
So when people are going to be involved in the 10-10 challenge,
There'll be a website that they can
yeah.
register themselves
Yeah,
to
that's
say
what I was
they're
gonna say.
participating. They can give a nominal fee if they want, and then that gives them a goodie bag for 10-10 things, and some of the Project Mason things comes their way. And then what they do is when they start the challenge, they will record themselves doing it.
Yeah.
And all of that video footage will be sent to us. So we're hoping that we have thousands of video
and you'll be
footage
sharing it on
that
your social
Thierry, the
media,
director, can work through to bring a montage together. But what we ask you to do is, when you've done it, challenge 3 people every day to do it. So actually the 10-10 never stops.
Yeah.
It keeps on
And
rolling
how long is it going to go on for?
until people decide they don't want to do it anymore, until we don't get any more registers. It's something that is going to be set, and then it's going to be keeping real. We set up a foundation. So the foundation is going to set yearly challenges, and they're just going to get bigger and bigger and better.
And when will this challenge start, the 10-10?
In about a month's time, because we're bringing the song out first.
Yeah.
And then we have
So get it, guys. Be on iTunes.
get the song, definitely get the song, because you know what? Let's put a couple that just love to help people and support people. Let's get us to #1.
So would you like to share a few words from the song? Now,
You
for
set my heart on fire. If you like Kings of Leon, you'll be liking this song. But yeah,
It's
and in
all
fact-
about love and never giving up.
Yeah. This song is actually based on me and Riona's story.
Yeah.
The artist reached out to us, his manager reached out to us, and just the fact that they invited us down to Tottenham, and was on the barge boat, and recording a song dedicated to me and Riona is quite bizarre. And
it's actually beautiful.
Oh,
It
do you know what? I'm
is.
so
You know what?
overwhelmed. I'm so
I
overwhelmed.
think the next thing you have to do is
There's a book coming out.
Yeah, I was just going to
So
say.
there is a book
Yeah.
coming
And
out.
another film as well. Maybe
There is a
film.
book.
With the book, yeah, we're doing the book deal. We're going to do a memoir, so the memoir will be about mine and Riona's journey.
Yeah.
So it'll be from the start, how we met and how we've overcome, and how we keep overcoming, and how we are inspiring you guys out there to live your
Never
best
give up.
life.
So is there anything else you'd like to share with our viewers today?
Guys, Imperative, a British movie. I've just produced it with Thierry Chebrimito, a young, stalwart, phenomenal young actor. I'm going to keep tabs on him because he's going to go places. And we're looking at doing the premiere in Everyman Cinema in Leeds next year. So it's a VIP invite, but I'm sure you'll like it. It's a kind of a Luther type of.
It's a crime thriller. Crime thriller.
It's like Luther, guys, and basically I play a detective called Jack Sullivan, who's hunting down a serial killer on the streets of northern England. And,
Do you know my name? My name's Jack Sullivan.
the name's Jack Sullivan.
It's not James Bond, it's Jack Sullivan.
Yeah, that's the next role. And by the way, people asking me, and there's a campaign out there, Mason for Bond. If you just hashtag it and just get it out there, who knows? Be honest with you, I'm not really bothered, but it's nice the fact that people.
I think he'd do brilliant in a Bollywood
Yeah,
film.
I think
I
he would.
really do.
I think if
Oh.
there's anybody watching today from the Bollywood industry and you think they both make a really good couple for your next Bollywood film, then please do get in touch.
Listen,
with
guys,
them.
I'm open to a Bollywood movie, even if I'm blinking in the background and you pay me free potatoes.
We
that call
actually
it.
do 3 potatoes.
Sorry,
Potatoes, no
Oh, sorry, that's
potatoes.
Spanish. Any Bollywood money, whatever you call it.
Rupees.
Oh, if you just pay me a couple of rupees and I walk past the screen and I'm blinking, I'm fine with that. It's
Oh
cool.
my
As long as I
God.
get a credit.
Oh my gosh, you are so funny, Keith Mason.
So
I hope we brought a lot of
yeah,
joy to everyone. And
I think
hope
you
they
have.
laughed
I
an
think
awful lot.
now that we've had a chat, you've shown like your journey, what you've been through, and to have that personality and have a laugh about it is fantastic.
And can I just say, I'm a massive fan of Shah Rukh Khan. I'm a really big fan of Salman Khan. I love everything they stand for. And I was actually in a film called Gold, which
Akshay Kumar.
Yep, and I did a scene with Ash. He's phenomenal.
Well, my
So-
claim to fame in this world is I met Pujaba, I met Shah Rukh Khan, and I've met the wonderful Amitabh Bachchan.
Oh my gosh!
And-
If you've met
and I'm so
everybody-
jealous. And
I met
also,
Amitabh Bachchan.
and let me tell you this, guys, our biggest following is from Mumbai, so respect Mumbai.
Yeah, we absolutely love Mumbai.
We'd love to visit there one day.
We definitely would love to visit there one day.
Definitely. I'm
And
sure.
we are due to do our very first Asian wedding photo shoot as well. So.
Yes, we are very soon. So that will be good.
I
So
look
if
brilliant
anybody,
in the lehenga,
yeah,
I'm
exactly. So if anybody's watching from Mumbai and you'd like these guys to come over for a chat or just a visit,
Mumbai.
then do get in touch. Yeah, Mumbai. Yeah,
Mumbai.
definitely.
Mumbai.
So it's been a pleasure. It's
Oh,
been
been
beautiful
wonderful.
to
Thank
hear of
you.
your journey. I've known you guys for nearly 2 years now, and it's actually really lovely.
Seems like a lot longer.
It does, because I think that I've been watching your journey myself through the lockdown, and I kept sending Keith messages, you have to come to London, and you guys have come up like twice now, and you drove 4 hours just to be here, just to let your hair down and and it was really beautiful that Mr. Rakib, who is the owner of this channel, I got in touch with him yesterday, and when he heard your story, he was just like, wow, these two sound very phenomenal. And he wanted me to get you on the show today. So I'd like to say thank you to Mr. Rakib.
No, thank you for liking our journey, and thank you for allowing us to come on here and share our journey with your viewers. It's very humbling. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
It's been an
Thank you
absolute
very
honour.
much. Take care.
Bye.
That should be-
জিবি নিউজ শুধু নিউজই কভার করে না, অর্থ দিয়ে মানুষের সেবায় অনেক অনেক দূর এগিয়ে আছে। আপনারা জিবি নিউজ পড়ুন, জিবি নিউজের সাথে থাকুন।
জিবি নিউজ, সময়ের সাথে সত্যের সন্ধানে।
শুভেচ্ছা। যুক্তরাজ্যের নিউজ পোর্টাল gbnews24.com অনলাইনে বিশ্বকে সংযুক্ত করছে আপনার সাথে। উল্লেখযোগ্য সংবাদ, কলাম, নিবন্ধ এবং ঘটনা প্রবাহ এক মুহূর্তে আপনার কাছে পৌঁছে দিতে জিবি নিউজ কাজ করছে ক্লান্তিহীন। কম্পিউটার কিংবা মুঠোফোন, জিবি নিউজ জাগ্রত সারাক্ষণ, আপনার থেকে মাত্র 1 ক্লিক দূরত্বে। আজই ভিজিট করুন www.gbnews24.com। জিবি নিউজ 24 ঘন্টায় সময়ের সাথে সত্যের সন্ধানে।